My name is Maneet Chauhan, and I am a chef, a restaurateur, a brewery owner, a mom. I think I'm pretty cool. That's what I am.
You graduated at the top of your class in India's number one culinary school. But at what point did you realize that this was your passion and this was something you wanted to pursue as a young person?
I grew up in a really small town in India where there were people from all over India, different states of India. Now, the fun part about that is that each and every state and region of India has a very distinct cuisine of its own. So I literally would finish dinner at home and then go over to my neighbors' houses and ask them for food, telling them that my parents hadn't fed me. And it just was such a fascinating experience because I got to see different ingredients, different spices, different techniques, which wasn't used in my house. And later on, when my sister went for her undergrad, I would go to meet her and take food. And soon I realized I was the most popular kid on campus and I don't even go to school there. And that was my aha moment because I realized that food was one of the biggest connectors. It just connected people, you know, it did not take into consideration where you were from or what you did, etc. It was all about the connectivity. And that's when I decided that this is it. This is what I wanted to do.
And how many young girls around you were planning that for their future?
Actually, nobody that I know is a chef or a restaurateur who I not only went to school in India with, or who I was surrounded with in India, or even who I did hotel administration with. I think I'm the only female who decided to become a chef. I mean, to me, the biggest thing was that I had found something that I love to do, right? And because I love to do it, uh, it doesn't seem like a job. It doesn't seem like work. It is passion. This is what I want to do. I want to create something new every day. I want those challenges. So that's why being focused on something you love is a lot easier. I was working in New York when I was invited to compete on Iron Chef. This is the original Iron Chef. And I competed against Chef Morimoto. And as I love to say, that I came a respectable second among two people. It's better than saying that I lost. But it was incredible because they saw me and then they invited me to be on the next Iron Chef. I was on that series. Chopped had just started. This is almost 12 years back. And they invited me to be a guest judge. They liked what I did. Then they invited me to be a permanent judge. So that's how it evolved. I love both sides. I mean, competing or judging. And I think it's very important to do both the sides to understand what the other side is saying, right? As a judge, at times people think that it's so easy for us to just criticize food. That's not what we are doing. We are telling people how things can be made better, right? A lot of times, because it's a food competition, the circumstances around you are crazy. They are beyond your control. The clock is ticking down. There are four ingredients which make no sense. But it teaches you resilience. So I love competing. In fact, I'm on Sundays on Food Network, there's tournaments of champions, which is being aired, which I'm competing on. And that is like, that takes the crazy quotient of competing to another level. So I think that's pretty much it. I love doing both sides. You have you I cannot emphasize enough that you have to know what you're talking about, right? Even to be on television, a lot of people tell me that they want to be on television. I never set out with the goal of being on television. I set out with the goal that I will be the best at what I do. And because I was invited to be on television. So it's not the other way around. A lot of people say they want to be chefs. I'm like, why? They say because I want to be on TV. That's not the right motivation to become a chef. These definitely are, raw silk, custom made jackets, which I have made in India. But one of the biggest reasons why I decided to start wearing these jackets was because, my heritage is Indian, right? That is where I am from. And I'm so proud of where I am from. I'm not running away from it, right? It is an integral part of who I am. And I show it off in the earrings that I wear, in the clothes. I love bling. I love color. To me, when I'm wearing a jacket, it's my armor. I
Yeah.
am ready to fight. So it's the intensity is there, and it comes from, outside my earrings, my jacket, and then moves on to, my
Yeah.
sparkly shoes, and I am ready to compete.
So you were an executive chef in New York and Chicago, and you find yourself in Nashville.
We've been here now for 6 years. And when we came to Nashville, we just fell in love, not only with, the soul of the city or the people of the city, but the opportunity that the city, offered us. There was nothing like what we wanted to do. They were people who, Nashville is a very cosmopolitan, a very metropolitan city. So there have been people from all over the world who are living over here, and they are looking for good food, for more regional food. So it seemed like a no-brainer. We thought that, as a business, this would just work perfectly.
And you can take your experience with spices and take that hot chicken to a whole other level because it's more than just being hot, right? It's the layers of
It's the nuances. It's like
yeah.
we actually do it. We offer it at the restaurant. We call it, Chauhan's Ode to Nashville, the hot chicken. I mean, that's what it is. It's hot chicken Indianized. The first thing that I want everybody to know is that there is no shortcut to success, right? You want to succeed, you have to climb each and every rung of the ladder, right? There is no elevator which takes you to the top, right? You have to climb those stairs. And the most important thing is that to be successful, you need to have a very strong foundation. You can't wing it and become successful. You cannot, right? That it doesn't work. Even if you see people maybe on social media or on television and you think that, oh my God, this is incredible, look at how successful they are. Yes, they are, because they put in the work. I mean, me, for example, there's been a decade of me working 7 days a week from opening to close, which is 18, 19 hours a day. I did it because I loved it, right? So put in the work, put in the passion, and if you're not sure, like when people come and tell me I want to be a chef, I tell them, go to your favorite restaurant, go to your favorite chef, and ask them, then can I stage, right? Because once you choose a career, and if you're passionate about it, it becomes a part of your life. It's not a career, it's not a life. Like you just love it so much that you're passionate about it. You live in that moment, you think about it. I mean, I got up this morning just with the, like, there is a recipe which I'm trying to create, and those were the dreams that I'm getting, right? Because that's who I am, and I love it, and I'm excited about it. So those are the things that I want to say, that don't try to find a shortcut. There aren't any shortcuts, and the fun is in the journey, right? It's And your goals will constantly keep on changing. Like if people ask me that, do you think you've reached success? It keeps on changing. It's a goal that when you reach a particular point, then you're like, oh, I really want to work towards that, and that is going to, make me so happy. In the end of the day, find things that you're happy with. Like, don't be miserable. Don't do something that, that it's like, oh my God, I've got to do this. Put in the work and just be happy doing it.
It's a meditation in itself.
It is, absolutely. One of the most important things, which even as a kid I would be like, why? I don't want to learn about science. I'm not going to be a scientist. I'm not going to be an engineer. I don't want to do math. I used to do it all the time. To me, I'm like, I'm going to be a chef. I don't need to do this. Remember, the basics are going to be with you for the rest of your life, right? When I started a business, to me, math was important. To me, the science was important. To me, physics I did. To me, geography was important. So right now, you are at that stage where you are getting the gift of the foundation, the basics of knowledge. Just as a sponge, soak it up. Because remember, there will be a day, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down, when you'll be thanking your teachers for teaching you something what at that time you thought was, why am I wasting my time learning this? So, just one thing I want you guys to know. I don't believe that if you follow your passion, you will not make money. You will find ways to make money if you follow your passion. My passion is cooking, and and that evolved to now we have 4 restaurants. We've got, 4 breweries. It works if you follow your passion and you're smart at it, right? You've got to be smart at it. Um, Money will find you. And yes, the first few years are going to be a struggle, but again, be smart about it. Don't be, don't spend more than you earn, as simple as that, right? And money
Right.
will come your way. My name is Maneet Chauhan. I am a chef, restaurateur, brewery owner, mom, and overall a very happy and a passionate person who loves doing what I do.